Hey everyone, it's Diablo Killer 124 here, and someone sent me a message asking me to do another drawing application tutorial, so I am going to do that now. I have been working on it earlier today, and now I'm actually going to make the tutorial. So if I just test what I have now, you can draw it just like last time, except I added boundaries. But the boundaries don't work too well. Let's say you increase the size, and then like you draw, and then yeah. And then I have an erase button. The erase button doesn't really do erase, but it just, I have a new, added another, what's it called? I'll tell you later. And it just goes back to its default color. And yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of go to my actions frame, and I'm gonna use this one. But all I really did for my gray part right here, I just created a new layer, layer 3. I don't need that one. Oops. Hold on. I created a new layer and I put it under everything, and I'm just gonna leave it. I think this is how it looked last time. I got a new computer and stuff, so yeah. And you might not be able to hear me too well because I don't have a microphone, and I'm using my computer's mic. Okay though, so I created a layer 3, and I just drew with my rectangles tool. I just did a gray box at the bottom, and then I just kind of selected a part of the top, and I looked at the Y, and it's about 380. So yeah, just keep that in mind, however much. Hold on. Just keep that in mind, 382 for me. I'm just gonna round it to 380. Okay, if you go back to your actions and go to your actions panel, you can see that I've added a few new variables. The first one I've added that's new, I believe, is num size, which is a number. So it's basically var num size and then a colon number, and that equals 4. And that's the size we used last time. I'll show you that later. And then the var default col, or whatever, it just stands for default color, of course, equals 0 times f. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, that's basically default color, which is white. Oh, like, let's say you changed your background color to, right here, stage color to like dark blue or something, you could set default color to 000033. And yeah. Anyways, let's go back. Yeah, so I have that, and then I still have these different colors now. And then I added another one, and it's eb.onRelease equals function. And then I just have color equals default col, which means color equals the default color. So, yeah. Now we're going to have to create an erase button. I'm just going to delete mine, and I'm going to create a new one. So just select your rectangle tool. I'm going to make mine black this time, and kind of make it like that, except mine needs to be better now, and there's that. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of resize mine a little. Oops. Yeah, it should be good. But first, I'm just gonna, sorry, I am really bad at stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna clone that and put it right here, just to make it look, oops, my bad, sorry. I'm just gonna, sorry, 1 second. I'm very, okay, there we go. And then I'm just gonna create a text field right over it, and I'm gonna name it erase. You know, you can make a, oops, you can just make it any color you want. name it anything you want. You can use the little erase tool if you want. But yeah. Hold on. Oops. I need to make it white. Yeah, so just reposition it however you want. And then select all of it and hit F8, which makes it a symbol. Just leave it button, symbol 7, or rename it whatever you want. Make sure the type is button. And then just hit OK and drag it down to your little bar. There we go. And the instance name of this will be EB, which will stand for erase button. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to our actions. And now that makes sense, kind of. So now we have this, and this is new. Size up dot on release and size down dot on release. Size up means it'll up the size of the actual line, and I just have num size equals num size plus 5, and then if num size is less than 200, num size will equal 200, meaning so you can't make it any bigger than 200 pixels or whatever it goes by. And then I have size down, which num size equals num size minus 5, and if num size is less than 1, it'll set it to 1, because even though you keep pressing the minus, it'll stay at 1, but then when you press plus, it won't go up because you pressed the minus so many times. But this will make it so it stays at, yeah. Anyways. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Okay, so we have this dot on mouse down. We've had this already, so I'm just gonna skip going over this and just make it smaller for now. I'm actually gonna make the size down and size up smaller too. So just pause it right now if you want to look at this and copy the code. And then I'm just gonna make the button, the on release smaller too. And yeah. Okay, so now it's a lot smaller. I'm not gonna make this smaller because this is actually, oh, actually I just realized, well, I'll just go like this and then I'll test something and then I'll put it in if it works. I just noticed something though. On this I've added something. It says and the and symbol, I'm not sure what that's called, but and symbol, in this dot on mouse move. It says now if drawing equals true and underscore root dot underscore y mouse is less than 380, which means if it's above 380 it will draw, but if it's below 380 it won't. Okay, and then we have the update after event. And then I'm just going to leave that big for now. And then we have this dot on mouse up. That is the same. And then we have this dot on enter frame equals function, which we've had. And then I changed where it used to say 4 or whatever number you use to num size. So now when they press the plus button or the minus button, which we'll get to in a minute, it'll increase or decrease that number, and it'll go smaller or bigger. Okay, so I forgot to do this a few seconds ago, or a few minutes, but I did create 2 more symbols. One is a minus button. I just created a rectangle and then added a minus sign with text, and then just created it as a symbol. And then same with plus, and I named the plus size up and the minus size down. And then I just put a size text. So that should work now. If not, hold on. If not, look at all this code. I'll just scroll down slowly, pause it, and look at it, make sure it's all the same.